Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial I'll be making this abgada that you're seeing on this client of mine. If this sounds like something you're interested in, definitely stay tuned, comment, subscribe and like. I have 6 years of fabric here and 6 years of fabric here. I'm actually making two abgada for my client and a friend of hers, so we'll be using 6 yards. I would first be cutting the shoulder. I folded this material by my desired shoulder length, and that's 19. I folded it into 2 by 19. That's because I'm cutting my front shoulder 19, my back shoulder 19. So I'll be joining this to form like the front and the back. Just watch the tutorial. You would actually understand what I'm doing. Now I'm just connecting to make sure I have a straight line, a straight 19 from top to bottom. You don't want to have your fabric bigger up and smaller down. You want everything equal. Now I'm cutting it out. Next up, I'm just marking it to know where it's where, and the X is for the back. I want to cut off this white sort of label because I don't want it to be showing in my abgada and disrupting my measurement. So I'm just going to take it off for the top and the bottom part of it. Next up, I'll be cross-checking my length. This is very important. Now my length is about 40, and I'll be folding the hem of the abgada by 3 inches. You could fold by 2, you could fold by 3. So I'll be folding by 3 inches, and also remember that I'll be joining my shoulders. So by the time you join your shoulder and fold by 3, everything should be about 3.5, 4 inches taken. So I'm just using 4 inches. My full length is 44 right now, plus my allowance 44. Now I'm just cutting it open, and I will join it by the shoulder right here. Now this is the way to join it. You take one a bit, say ½ inch above the other, stitch it down and fold it close and top stitch. That's the way to join your shoulder part. I'll keep this part aside. Next up, we'll be cutting our sleeves. Yes, our sleeves. Now for my sleeve, I have 22, and I'll be joining my sleeve to my shoulder cutting, and that I should need like ½ inch. So I will be using the full length, the full width I have here, and this is gotten by folding my fabric into 2. That's we have Ankara by 45 inches, folding it into 2. That's what I did. Next up, I'll be measuring my length. We still need our length right here. So I have length of 44, remember. So I'm going to fold this into 2 on a fold already. So that's like 4. I don't know, watch what I'm doing. I folded it into 2, and I'm also folding it into 2 again. What I did here was fold it horizontally and vertically, and I got my 44, and I'm cutting it out. This is because this sleeve is going to be joined on shoulder. There is no need to sew it. You make sure you cut it on a fold by the shoulder, as there would not be any joining on the sleeve's shoulder. So I hope you understand what I'm doing. Just watch if you don't understand. I think you'll get the general idea. Now that I'm done cutting my sleeve, I'm gonna notch the midpoint. I always do that, so you can do that or not. Next up, I'm just gonna mark where is the back, because this fabric has this like back and front look. You would not differentiate, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna look on the abgada, how I'll be joining it together. Now I will get my sleeve, that's like my center front. I think I'll be calling it center front. So I'm going to get my center front, and this is how it's going to look like. I'm just going to take my center front for embroidery, and I'm back. So this is what it looks like with this beautiful design on it. I gave it to the embroidery man and he did the design. I didn't have to cut any neck hole or whatever. He did everything himself. I just showed him my design. Now the next step would be to attach your sleeves, and I have my sleeves over here. If you remember the way I added the shoulder, I joined my center front shoulder. That's the way I'll be joining my sleeves. Just fixing my sleeve just to see how it will look like. So this is the way I'm gonna fix my sleeve. This is where my two sleeves are supposed to be, on both sides of my center front. Now I'm going to do the joining, and I will take one part of my fabric, either the center front or the sleeve, and I want to bring it out by 1/2 inch, and I'll stitch, fold it, and top stitch. That's, I'm folding the extra 1/2 inch that I brought out, and I'll top stitch it. So that's what I'm going to do for the both sleeves. Now remember I told you I'm doing for two, so this is just a footage of the two abgada embroidered. One is bigger than the other, and this was gotten by the difference in shoulder. I think one shoulder is 18, the other is about 19 and a half, thereabouts. So that's basically the difference. And one of the abgada has a longer sleeve, the other is going to have a shorter sleeve. Now this is my abgada with the sleeves attached, and I went ahead to use doll face satin to sort of turn my sleeve hem. My client wanted a bit extra color, so there you have it. Now this satin, I sort of cut it by 4 inches, and by the time I was through attaching it, flipping it over, and top stitching it, mind you, I did my sewing at the inside, so you would have to see it inside or you flip it over. Now for our abgada at the hem, to close it at the hem, what you do is you measure about, this is a short sleeve, I'm measuring about 5. Initially I measured 9, but I went back and I did 5, and you raise it up by the amount of allowance left. Now for my hem, I went up by 3 inches and I stitched it by 5. I'll be folding 1/2 inch out of my 3 inches. I'll be folding 1/2 inch in, and I'll use the remaining 2.5 to sort of hem it. So this is what you see me doing, and this is what I'll do for the whole circumference of my abgada. So this is what it looks like. I've already done my sleeves. I've attached my doll face for the hem. This is how the front looks like. Now for my hem, this is what it looks like all done. You can see the opening, and I stitched it by just 5 inches, as you can see here. So this is what it looks like. Now you see the banner over here. I didn't want to use hot iron. I would prefer fuel, as that would sort of dissolve the gum. Fuel actually does that. When applied, it dissolves the gum. So I'm going to take this and give it a good press, and that's basically all for your abgada. So that will be the end of this video. If you've watched till this moment, I want to say a big thank you to you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and enjoy. See you in my next video. Bye.